In verse 43 says, the priest shall come and examine, indeed, if the swelling of the sore is reddish or white on his bald head or on his bald forehead, as the appearance of leprosy on the skin of his body, he is a leprous man. He is unclean. The priest shall pronounce him unclean. His sore is on his head. You understand that one of the things that when you have leprosy, and whether it's on your head or arm or leg or whatever, you are unclean. And you go around and you literally declare unclean, unclean, unclean. That's the heart. Because look at verse 45. Now the leper on whom the sore is, his clothes shall be torn, his head bare. He shall cover his mustache and cry, unclean, unclean. Do you understand? Over and over again, it talks about, I'm defiled, and I declare that. Now, sometimes for the leprosy, you declare that openly, publicly, but I'll tell you what, in sin, I'm walking as what? I'm walking as if I'm unclean. I can't walk with my hands raising, praising God, because that's hypocrisy then. And I don't want to do that. And so I love the fact that what we begin to see is that the sin is below the surface. It spreads, it separates me, and it defiles me. But here's the amazing thing. In chapter 14, it talks about the curing of leprosy. Now, there was no cure. There wasn't anything that you could take, medicines or herbs or anything. We recognize that with what? With Naaman. He had leprosy, and he came to the king and said, hey, writes the king of Syria, writes the king of Israel the letter, heal my servant of his leprosy. He says, am I a God that I can cure? And don't worry, because Elisha said what? Just send him to me. Just send him to me. And he goes to Elisha. And Elisha doesn't come out himself, but he sends out a servant. He says, just go dunk 7 times in the Jordan. And eventually, after a lot of hoopla and arguments and frustration, he does do that. And once he dunks 7 times, he comes out, and his skin is like that of a baby. He's healed. But it's God who heals. But I do want to share a couple things about the curing of leprosy. But understand that one of the things that if you're a note taker, jot this down, because in 1 Kings 5:7, this is where the king of Israel says, am I of God that I could heal? And so only God can heal the leprosy. And so in the same way as New Testament, what? It's the blood of Jesus Christ that cleanses from all sins. I can't work the sin off. I can't work off the debt. But I can do this. I can be washed in his blood. And if I'm washed in the blood, guess what? I'm clean. Just like dunking 7 times in the Jordan, 7 being the biblical number for completion. If I'm under the blood, I'm completely washed, completely whole, completely new.